One of the things that I have found has exponentially improved my productivity is gamification. It is taking any activity and then figuring out a way to gamify it. And one of the best ways to gamify something is to start keeping score. It's really interesting when you observe humans playing a game, how the energy changes, the intensity changes when people start keeping score versus when they're just doing the thing for fun, or just to kind of go through the motions. If you ever watch kids just going through the motions on the playground versus when you suddenly keep score, the dynamic shifts instantly. Now, we can use this psychological principle to our advantage by just recognizing when we keep score in our life, when we have an objective way of measuring whether we win or lose the day, we're more likely to show up and play the game with intensity. And I think that really is the key to achieving outstanding results. And so this is part of the HYPERFOCUS productivity system that I talk about a lot within the HYPERFOCUS Masterclass. If you want to check that out, you can go beyondtheapex.com/hyperfocus. But in particular, I had a question on Twitter the other day from somebody asking, how in particular would you gamify something like emails? And there's really two ways that came to mind instantly, which is one, you can either set a timer and see how many emails you can get through in that time. Like every day you just go for the high score. So like every day I'm like, I get 10 minutes to get into my emails and I'm going to track how many I got through. I'm going to write it on a whiteboard. Today I got through 27 in 10 minutes. Tomorrow I'm going to try to get through 28 in 10 minutes, right? That's one way of doing it. The other way is that maybe you want to get to inbox 0. And now instead of setting the timer and seeing how many you can get through, now you set the timer to record how long it takes you to get through the entire inbox, right? Now this one's maybe not as good of a measure because some days maybe you have 82 emails, some days you have 58 emails, and maybe some days some of them have higher, like more demanding responses required, right? But this is still a really fun way. This is the way that I prefer it, is like I give myself 20 minutes to get through the entire inbox. That's my goal. And so I guess that's actually the first one, not the second one. But if you then achieve the goal, you have to find a way to reward yourself, because it's not usually like, it's not fun just to play the game sometimes to win it and not get that dopamine, especially if it's a single player game. Like if you're playing against somebody else, you at least get that dopamine of like, I defeated my best friend. Haha, I win. And you can carry that through for the day. If you're just defeating yourself or this vague anomalous enemy, it's not as rewarding. So you have to find a way to give yourself a reward. And one thing, like one easy way of doing that is like, okay, if I get through all my emails in 10 minutes, I get a donut. That's an easy treat. But the problem is you're rewarding yourself with food. And now you're creating like this Pavlovian response to like seek food. And I don't think that's a great idea. So you want to find other creative ways to incentivize and reward yourself. And I don't know you, so I don't know what's going to motivate you. I know what motivates me, right? And you find that trigger, you reward yourself, and now you start going into your emails each time, and you're not dilly-dallying. You're not just scrolling around. You're not just opening it randomly throughout the day. Now you're almost like saving them up so that when you go back into your email, you can see just how many you can get through. Because the only way you can get through 92 emails is to have 92 emails in there in the first place, right? So don't go in there every couple of hours just picking away at them. Save it all up so that you can go in for one massive push. I find that to be a way more engaging way to gamify the process of emails. I don't know if it'll work for you, but it works for me. And I recommend you, I encourage you, give it a shot, see if it works, but keep tweaking with it. There's a lot of ways to gamify things, and pretty much every activity in life can be turned into a game with enough creativity. So give it a shot. That's going to do it for me, guys and gals. I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, stay hyper-focused, my friends.